Well, good afternoon, everyone. I think it was on Wednesday I had made a post saying that I wanted to make a video, but I really didn't know of what. So I had gotten a response of just venting because I felt like there was just so much to talk about, but not enough time. So an update, I guess, on my craziness. This Monday, as some of you may know by reading my text posts, that I saw a therapist for the first time in almost a year on Monday. My last experience was with a social worker who supposedly had specialized in eating disorders, and it was one of the worst experiences with a doctor I've ever had. Um, so I ended up when I went, my new therapist told me that she actually used to work at the Renfrew Center in Manhattan. Um, and she did the intensive outpatient program. Usually she didn't do work with the people that were inpatient, but that already gives me a better vibe than any of the other people I've seen for my eating disorder. And she has referred me to a psychiatrist, and on Monday we're going to be going over the course of my eating disorder throughout my life up until now, and she would also like me to see a nutritionist. As long as my health insurance covers a nutritionist, then I will definitely go, because I definitely don't know how to eat. I'll think something is enough and it's not, or I think something is too much and it's not, and I don't know portion sizes very well, like the proper portion of things, because certain things I'll eat less than I need to, um, and I just don't want to have to be sick again, because my anxiety has been really bad where I haven't been able to sleep, and when I do sleep I usually wake up in the middle of the night just drenched in sweat and my heart is racing and I have no idea what's causing it, because I don't ever remember my dreams. So I don't think I'm having like a nightmare and waking up from it. It's just awful. Yesterday I was up by 5 o'clock in the morning and went to my GP and explained to them everything I just explained to you. And the most that they would do for me was give me a prescription for Flexeril, which is a very, very weak muscle relaxer. Um, and they only gave me the 5 milligram ones, not even the 10 milligram ones. And they had thought that I had had a blood test recently, which I haven't had one recently. I don't remember the last time I had a blood test. Um, so they gave me a blood test in the office, and they also gave me a cardiogram. They thought they had done that for me before, and they hadn't. So my heart seems to be normal, albeit beating very quickly, but I'm not skipping beats and I don't have an arrhythmia or anything like that. So that's good, but my GP is just horrible. When I was trying to get all of these doctors in line to make appointments and get treatment, when somebody wasn't in my network, I was told, well, sorry, if they're not in your network, call your health insurance company and they'll place you. They won't even help me, like, do fucking anything. And they constantly give me the same person's phone number for a psychiatrist, and she's not in my network, and I've been referred to her 3 times, and they still haven't made a note that they don't take my insurance, because I'm not the only person that goes to their office that has my insurance provider. So need to find a new general practitioner. I'd also been going to physical therapy to help with my tension headaches and to help with the tension in my upper back and neck, because I do have degeneration of the cervical spine. So also I'll get numbness in this part of my arm, tops of my forearms, like it'll feel like tingly. Um, like especially like if I do something like that, like and scratch it, I can feel like that pins and needles almost feeling. But physical therapy was nice. Getting a massage and just sitting there watching bad television with a heating pack on my neck wasn't a bad thing, but if I'm going to be seeing a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a nutritionist, plus that, plus attending school, I'll have no fucking time. So I don't know. I haven't gone to physical therapy this week, but I haven't really had a really bad headache either. So I don't really know if I'm even going to go back. Um, I don't. I also, when I went yesterday, my doctor weighs me every time I have to go in. The last time I was there, I remembered what I weighed, and then yesterday, I thought of that when they were weighing me, and in about a month, I've lost about 10 pounds involuntarily. I was not trying. My anxiety just gets so bad that even if I'm hungry, I can feel or hear my stomach growl, or I can tell that my stomach is empty. I'm hungry, but I don't have an appetite. So if I eat something, a lot of the times it'll taste awful because I just don't have an appetite. So I'm in a bit of a pickle because I know being I'm supposed to be doing the whole recovery thing, but I guess the way I've looked at it is that I don't know how else to sort of live. So when I gained all of the weight that I gained back in December, I tried almost not to pay attention to it, and then when I sort of like came out of hibernation, I realized what I looked like, and I sort of had like a mini breakdown, but I've been sort of coming out of that, but now I'm just losing weight and I'm not meaning to. And that all in all is triggering because it's like, oh, well, it's so easy to lose this much, then I could lose this much and continue and keep going. But thankfully, I do already have at least a therapist, somebody to talk to about all of it. And then I always come back to the question of, is this my disorder? Is this me having an eating disorder and for some reason subconsciously I'm not eating because I don't want to? Or am I actually just so anxious that I can't eat? Because that's something that I definitely know has happened to me before, where I'm just so anxious I can't eat or do anything and I end up losing a ton of weight. Um, but at least for today, I'm feeling a bit better because even though the muscle relaxers weren't that strong, I took more than I should have, and I was able to sleep last night. I did wake up at about like 6, and then I woke up again at about like 8, and I went back to sleep, and I actually slept till 9:30, which is a lot better than 4. Um, and last night I just couldn't take my room being a mess anymore, and I cleaned up a bunch, and I did all my laundry. I've gotten ready, and tonight Kairu is taking me out to dinner. We're getting Japanese. And we were going to go out to dinner regardless, but we were going to go somewhere else, and I'm actually much happier going to get Japanese food or just Asian cuisine in general rather than what we were going to get originally. Um, so all in all, things with doctors at least are looking up, and that's something I'm happy about. I'm actually looking forward to going on Monday to sort out the whole nutritionist stuff, and Monday is the first time where I have to start from when I was 8 onwards with my eating disorder and explain how everything has progressed. Um, and hopefully I'll be able to go to school next week because this week I went to one class all week because I was just too anxious to do anything besides track the Sherlock and Benedict Cumberbatch tag and just look at people. Like I just couldn't do anything. But at the same time, I want to be doing something because I'm so full of energy from being anxious. So everything seems to be looking up, and as long as I can go to school and actually make my classes, then that's really what I care about. I'm taking a weight training course every other day, Monday, so that's Monday, Wednesday, and I'm doing a step aerobics course, which is Tuesday, Thursday, and I'm also afraid that once I start getting into these classes, I'm going to start losing even more weight, and it's not necessarily something I want. I would like to be more physically fit and more toned, but I know that with my anxiety, sometimes I just can't eat and I won't even realize that I've gone, a day without food. And some people would say, no, that's not you forgetting to eat. That's your eating disorder sort of taking control behind the scenes. And then some people would say, no, it makes sense that it's your anxiety. So I'm just trying to rationalize how little I've been eating in my own head because I just don't want to be a disappointment to anyone anymore. I don't want to be going and having horrible borderline episodes where I'm a mess and I'm an animal and I just can't, sometimes I can't control it. Sometimes something will set me off and that I just go nuts. I don't want to constantly be sickly and everything, but I feel like that given what I have, it's very hard, especially when your insurance company doesn't cover half of the people or your doctor doesn't say want to give you a referral or they only have certain things and it's not under your insurance, so they can't refer you and you have to call your insurance company. So it's just been a hell of a ride for the past few months, but I'm hoping that with the weather starting to be a little bit nicer, it's been getting warmer occasionally, and the sun's been out a bit more, and I've been doing a little bit more. I actually started a drawing last night. Um, I started a new live journal account because I sort of don't know if how much I can open up on here. I can't be 100% honest about anything on here anymore. I just don't feel, it's not necessarily I don't feel safe, but I just don't feel comfortable posting certain things. So, if you have a live journal account, you could always message me and let me know and give me your username, and I'll give you mine, and you could follow me. It is an anonymous blog. My name isn't on there. Nothing really is on there. It's just a place for me to vent out any sort of, say, extra triggering things like numbers or certain foods or more detailed posts in regards to my struggle that I'm going through right now, especially given that I'm supposed to be recovering and it's just a very hard thing to do. I haven't been going to my therapist very long. I haven't gone to a psychiatrist or a nutritionist yet. And the nutritionist was sort of my idea as well as my therapist's because I know I can't eat normally and I need to relearn that if I want to be able to continue to go to school and then in the fall go away to a different college. So, I just want everything to just continue to get better. So, I'm just going to, I guess, fuck around on the internet and actually go out and do something tonight. So, I guess until next time, if you want, you could always send me like questions that you'd specifically like me to answer in a video, or if you need any sort of advice, or just if you have any questions regarding anything I've talked about, don't feel like, don't be hesitant to, bother to inbox me or something. I just feel like I have been sort of neglecting my followers a bit. Half of my own friends I've been neglecting, and then if I can't even keep up with the internet, then that's getting sad. So, I hope everyone is doing all right, and I hopefully will hear from some of you, and I hope everybody has a great day and all that junk. So, until next time, I guess I'll bid you guys adieu.